So are you feeling that familiar tension creeping in, maybe? Juggling a lot?
Or maybe just curious about some of these, alternative healing methods you hear about.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you're definitely in the right place. Welcome to the deep dive.
Today we're focusing on Reiki and energy healing.
Right. Think of this as a quick way to get your head around something you've probably heard mentioned, but maybe aren't totally clear on.
hmm We've been looking at some really interesting materials from Supreme Medic, digging into the principles, the ideas behind energy healing, and importantly, what scientific studies are saying.
Our aim is pretty simple today, really, just to offer some clarity. Whether you're coming at this feeling a bit skeptical or perhaps you're already thinking about trying it.
We just want to give you a solid, easy to grasp overview.
Okay, so let's dive right in. What exactly is Reiki?
Well, the name itself gives us a clue. It's Japanese. Rei kind of means universal or spiritual wisdom.
Okay.
And ki means life force energy. So put them together.
Universal life force energy.
That's the core idea. This energy flows through all of us, supposedly. And when it's balanced, flowing freely, that's linked to good health.
And imbalances.
Imbalances or blockages, they're thought to lead to illness or feeling unwell.
So how does someone actually get Reiki? What happens in a session? It's not like going to the doctor.
Oh,
huh?
not at all, no. The practitioner, they place their hands very lightly on or
Yeah.
sometimes just hovering above your body.
Right.
They see themselves as a sort of channel or conduit for this universal energy, helping it flow to the person receiving it.
Okay. And what's the goal? What are people hoping to get out of it? Stress relief.
That's a big one.
Wow.
Stress reduction, deep relaxation, also supporting the body's own natural healing processes, restoring balance, really.
And what do people actually, feel during it?
Experiences vary, of course, but common reports include feeling warmth from the practitioner's hands, a deep sense of calm, maybe some tingling, or just this soothing sensation. Some even say they feel energy moving.
Interesting. That concept, life force energy, it pops up elsewhere, doesn't it? It's not just Reiki.
Definitely not. You find very similar ideas in traditional Chinese medicine with QI.
Right, chi.
Yeah, often spelled CHI too. And in Ayurveda and yoga, they talk about prana. It's this cross-cultural idea of a vital energy.
The belief being that this energy is in all living things.
Exactly. And that blockages or disruptions in its flow cause problems. It's a common thread. And, while science struggles to measure this energy directly, it's fascinating how this concept of a vital force resonates across so many different traditions for understanding health.
So Reiki is one type of energy healing within this broader context. How does it differ from, say, other things people might have heard of?
Good question. While you have things like therapeutic touch or maybe healing crystals, Reiki specifically involves the practitioner acting as that channel for universal life force. They're not typically thought to be using their own personal energy.
Okay, they're facilitating the flow.
That's the idea, yes.
Yeah.
A conduit?
Now, you mentioned science struggles to measure this. That's probably where some skepticism comes in, right? How do you scientifically study life force energy?
That is absolutely the crux of the issue for scientific validation. It's really hard to objectively measure this kind of energy using, our current standard scientific tools and methods.
Right, it's not like measuring blood pressure.
Precisely. These concepts aren't easily quantifiable in the same way.
Okay, so despite that difficulty, there has been research trying to see if Reiki does anything measurable. What have those studies found? Are the results all over the place?
They are pretty mixed, it's fair to say. It's really important to state that up front. Some studies do show some positive findings,
Okay.
but others suggest the benefit to people feel might be down to the placebo effect.
Ah, the placebo effect. Believing it helps, so it does.
Kind of, yeah. And the placebo effect itself is a real phenomenon. It can definitely impact how someone feels.
Okay, let's break that down. What about the studies showing positive effects? What did they find? Less stress.
Yes, reduction in stress and anxiety is a common finding in some studies, often linked to that deep relaxation response people report during sessions.
Which makes sense. Deep relaxation is generally good for you.
Absolutely. It can help the body shift into a state more conducive to healing. There's also some research suggesting potential benefits for pain relief.
Really? Like for chronic pain?
Yeah, particularly in conditions like arthritis or fibromyalgia. Some people reported lower pain levels. And then there were reports of just improved general well-being, feeling more emotionally balanced, better mood, again, possibly tied to relaxation.
Okay, but then there's the other side, the studies that are less positive or point to placebo.
Right. So a major point raised is that placebo effect. The positive expectation, the relaxing environment, the caring attention from the practitioner, all these things can make people feel better, independent of any specific energy transfer.
So it's hard to separate the Reiki itself from the whole experience.
Exactly. And then there are criticisms about the quality of some of the research. Things like small numbers of participants or maybe the control groups weren't ideal.
Meaning it's hard to draw really strong conclusions.
It makes it difficult to say definitively, based purely on current rigorous scientific evidence, that Reiki's effects go beyond relaxation or placebo. The scientific community generally views the evidence as still developing, not yet conclusive for specific effects beyond relaxation.
So summing that up, science is still figuring it out, evidence is mixed, but clearly many individuals report finding it beneficial personally.
That's a good summary, yeah. Lots of anecdotal positive experiences.
Okay, so bringing this back to someone listening, how might they think about using Reiki as part of their own, say, wellness routine, even with the scientific picture being what it is?
Well, this is where it becomes practical for you, the listener. Even if we don't fully understand the how scientifically, the reported benefits tap into common wellness goals.
Like stress.
Definitely stress reduction. I mean, who doesn't need that? In today's world, just having that dedicated time to relax, reset mentally and physically, that can be huge for emotional and overall health.
Makes sense. What about emotional stuff?
Some people feel Reiki helps them process, maybe release, stuck emotions or negative feelings. So it can be a tool for emotional release and healing, complementing other approaches.
And for physical conditions, you mentioned pain earlier.
Yes, for chronic illness, and this is important, it's seen as a complementary therapy, not a replacement for medical treatment.
Right, working alongside doctors.
Exactly. It might help with managing pain, improving relaxation, maybe boosting energy levels when used alongside conventional medicine.
And sleep. Does it help with sleep?
Well, that deep relaxation it often induces, that can certainly make it easier to fall asleep and stay asleep. And we all know how crucial good sleep is.
Absolutely fundamental. Okay, so those are some potential ways it could fit in. If someone listening is intrigued now, thinking, okay, maybe I want to try this, what are the first steps? How do you find someone?
Good question. First step is finding a qualified practitioner. You'd want to look for someone certified, trained in a recognized system, like Usui Reiki is a common one.
So do some homework, ask around.
Yeah, research online, ask for recommendations if you know anyone who's tried it. Don't be afraid to ask the practitioner about their training.
And what's a typical session like? What should you expect?
Usually around 30 to 60 minutes. You'll likely lie down, fully closed, on a treatment table, or maybe sit in a chair.
Comfortable.
Yeah, comfort is key. Then the practitioner will gently place their hands on or just hover them over different areas of your body. As we said, many find it deeply relaxing. It's okay if you drift off, actually.
Okay. And I heard some people learn to do it on themselves.
That's right. Some practitioners teach basic self-Reiki techniques. Usually involves specific hand positions you can use on yourself, often combined with a bit of meditation, just to help balance your own energy, according to the theory.
Interesting. So lots of different ways to engage with it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, whether you came into this deep dive knowing a bit about Reiki already, or if it was a completely new term, hopefully we've shed some light on what it is and what energy healing concepts are about.
It's definitely a practice with deep roots that continues to interest people and, for many, seems to contribute positively to their sense of well-being.
So as you think about your own health journey, managing stress, finding balance, it does raise a question, doesn't it?
Yeah, considering those reported experiences, the relaxation, the potential emotional shifts it makes you think, what role could these kinds of non-drug approaches, these non-pharmacological methods, play in your overall health strategy?
Something to ponder for sure. Definitely food for thought as you figure out what works best for your own path to wellness.